Hey Sagittarians, how y'all doing? We're going to be doing your February general reading here. I just had a very short yet sweet meditation for you guys. Let's talk. So I heard the song. Listen, I have no idea who this is by. But there's a line that goes, "There's nowhere I'd rather be. Da 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 da. Nowhere I'd rather be, or no place I'd rather be," something like that. But I feel like rather the point is the no place I'd rather be aspect of it. Okay, hello. But I also saw sort of a collage made up of a lot of Polaroids. Anybody remember Polaroids out there from back in the day? Polaroids. I saw a bunch of Polaroids made up over, it was like a tapestry of 2020, okay? And I saw, like I was taken back into like a larger faraway perspective, where it was all of these Polaroids from your last year, okay? I saw an image of like someone, driving in a car, and then someone's face laughing at something, and then a scenic shot of this nature, and then all of these formed together, which when all put together created one face, right? And it felt like it was like your face all together, right? But it was you sitting in front of all of these Polaroids when all put together was like a tapestry of memories, all of your memories, right? All of your experiences of last year. And then you were lying in front of it with this song playing, "No Place I'd Rather Be," which just felt really beautiful and alignment and completely anxiety free and completely sadness free, which is, I don't know why it feels important to say that, but it does. So then, and I'm getting a mermaid vibe too, really interestingly enough. I don't know, we'll see how that goes out, like mermaids. But there's also this aspect of, then I saw all these like little magnets being zoomed and sticking to you. It was like you were a magnet for all of these magnets. And I got this sense where it's really interesting. Your point of manifestation for this age of Aquarius and season of Aquarius that we are now in for February, going into Pisces, the mermaid thing, okay, going into Pisces season. You know how you're going to manifest? By doing very little. Now that's going to be different for different people. What I mean is, it's not a maximum amount of effort. It's about a minimal amount of effort. And it's about you understanding that because you're adopting this energy of, there's no place I'd rather be, I don't have, and I'm not in mourning. I don't have anxiety about what will be. I'm in the now moment. I'm not mourning what has been. There is no place I'd rather be. I wouldn't change a thing. That is a very powerful sauce. It really, really is. And because of that, you are manifesting a lot of people towards you, a lot of offers, a lot of attention, a lot of, I'm going to be very clear about this. I don't, sometimes, okay, how do I say this? Hello. When we are in a place of natural manifestation, not all of it is good. It just means that we're in a place of manifestation. There's this misunderstanding that says like, well, if I'm in a place of high manifestation, then everything that comes towards me is of my highest and best good. That's not true. It just means that your light is on. And not every moth that comes to your flame is going to be for you. That's when discernment comes in. So just understand that. That feels very important to specify. I'm getting a turtle energy as well, which is really interesting. Turtles are about, yes, taking your time and appreciating where you are, but they're also about like a Four of Wands energy, I gotta tell you, this no place I'd rather be with the Polaroid, mural montage, whatever that is, and feels very Four of Wands to me. Okay, so we got 2 for 1 here, and I'm living for this in a way that I can't even quite verbalize. So we have crocodile and horse. So just go with me on this, because these are 2 very different energies that have a crush on each other. Here's how. So the crocodile equates to a 4 of cups, right? It's all about timing. It's knowing when to move and when to be still. Understanding that if you move at the exact right time, you will get your prey, your dinner, what you want, right? The crocodile, because it is a reptile, conserves its energy in a life or death kind of way. It understands that it really has to conserve its energy so that if it needs to, protect itself, defend itself, run the other way, whatever, it has the energy to do so, which means that it's going to be very still and blend into its environment, right, for long periods of time until the exact right moment that the prey comes along, and then it moves and it's fed. If it moves at the wrong time, then it's wasted valuable energy. It's kind of like when you play play a video game and you have that health bar, right, where it says like what your health is, and if you go to parts of the games, or you try to fight off people within the game, or do activities that aren't directly necessary to you making it through the, I don't know, let's say it's a maze game, making it through the maze, but you're like, oh, what's over here? Let me climb up on this wall and see what happens if I jump over here, and what's this red thing, and what's this, right? But if you stick to your maze and understand that you're conserving your energy and you're keeping your eye on the prize, that's very much like a reptilian crocodile energy, right? It's focused and intentional timing. This also equates to a dragon energy for me. See this eye here, which is about seeing oneself and others clearly. When you are able to do that, then you're always working within divine timing, because divine timing also is not something that is outside of us. It is something that we are working with at any given time. And sometimes we choose to, and sometimes we choose not to. When we get concerned about the way in which something will happen, or the timing in which something will happen, we are not participating. And that divine timing, which says, I do not know what's best here in terms of the how or the timing. I know what I want. I know what's best in terms of what I want, or what's in my highest and best good, because I'm using my intuition, but I do not know best about the how or the when. That is when divine timing and trust and faith and being in the now moment comes into play, because we manifest from the now moment, right? Now the horse is the chariot. Hello and goodbye. Water and earth here, right? Which work together like peanut butter and chocolate, right? The horse here with the chariot, this is balanced forward movement. But here's why I'm obsessed with this, that it's coming up in this way. Because the chariot cannot move forward ahead as planned and as wanted unless it is balanced. It's not like the chariot is just like vroom, 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 no matter what state it's in or how much gas is in the tank. It must be balanced. If there is a broken spoke, that chariot ain't going nowhere. Or it's not going far, right? This is beautiful. I also love how the moon is depicted here on the forehead, which is, again, that Cancerian energy, right? Which is about home and hearth, again, going back to that earlier meditation, but also saying the moon is about understanding that when I am my own compass, when I am my own metronome, when I move at my own best pace, I am always right on time. It's when we try to, what did I say this already? Because I'm thinking this. The quickest way to knock ourselves out of alignment is to rush or do things on someone else's timetable. But this is something about you are in perfect timing. I can't tell you the deja vu I'm having in this very moment. Big deja vu right now. Oh my God, you're kidding. Okay. Four of Cups. What were we just talking about with the crocodile here? Four of Cups, hello and goodbye. So this is, I already spoke about this, and before I talk more, I'm going to have a coffee. The throat gets dry when she's running that mouth. So the Four of Cups, again, just going a bit deeper with this, but I do love that we have all this water here. This is about a sort of dissatisfaction with something, wishing things were a little bit different, or understanding that it's what I wanted, but not exactly how. This is what comes when we do not work within that sense of I'm manifesting from the now moment and trusting that I don't know the best in terms of how or when. This is how this can be avoided. Or I don't want to say avoided, because I don't like avoidance, but this is how we can work with the lighter side of this, because every key has a light potential and a dark potential, which is the upright and reversed as well. I feel like the light potential of here is that, okay, I'm going to chill up here and be ready, right? I'm going to be ready, because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, like Rue says, right? But I'm coming from a place of understanding that I am moving within a timing that feels natural and conducive to me, without very little concern with anyone else, which is another way of saying, there's no place I'd rather be other than right where I am. Also that four energy here as well. When I saw you guys seated in front of that montage of pictures, that feels really apt too. Also because 2020 was a 4 year, and I saw those pictures of, oh my God, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Six of Wands, are you kidding and are you serious? I love that you're showing up here as first as your home suit of fire within the Six of Wands, which is victory, but it's also, let me tell you something, public recognition. Remember what I said when I said that you were going to be a magnet for a lot of things, not all of them yours, but some of them yours? That is Six of Wands. I'm so obsessed that this is coming up. Also the bee energy here, I'm always drawn to with the bee energy. Bee is like a Three of Pentacles animal medicine, which speaks of being compensated for what you in particularly are good at, using your particular gifts in order to, help others do work that really fulfills you, that doesn't feel like work, that is, in tune with and aligned with your soul's purpose. That's what it is. In my opinion, 2020 was, in part about us all aligning with our soul purpose, right? It kind of went, wait a minute. Are you saying I can do this in a different way? Are you saying I can do this from home? Are you saying I don't have to do this at all? Are you saying that once I didn't have to do this job anymore, I suddenly felt a relief that I didn't even know was possible? It is that kind of things. Being able to reconsider our relationship to the work that we do and who we are. Also our relationship to animals and the earth, but that's another story. But Six of Wands, this is so beautiful. Remember, this is the actions that we take as well. So there is this, what is this? Divine timing leads to success, right? Hello and goodbye. I also want to point out the fact that traditionally speaking, in the traditional deck, this is someone riding a horse, which is why there's a blue ribbon here with the horse energy, and you have horse. So I'm really obsessed with that. Victory is yours. Oops. I just saw 1111 on the timer, which also equates to that Four of Wands energy, which I'm obsessed with. Yes. Divine timing, right? Manifestation is yours. What you desire is yours. It is about the timing, though. It is about the timing and your relationship to time, right? Oh my God. Hello and goodbye. The Emperor. Get out of here. The Emperor, number 4, we were just talking about 4. So you're telling me that you have 4 of Cups with the 6 of Wands and then the number 4, which is the Emperor. I can't with you, but I will. So the Emperor, so this is beautiful Aries energy, but the Emperor, let me tell you something about the Emperor. I have a very mixed relationship with should I say mixed relationship? I should say I have some very, I have mixed feelings about the Emperor. Because whenever he comes up in a reading for me, it is a sign to me that everything is being handled. That there's not much for me to do other than trust that everything's going to be handled. This is it's not up to you to figure out how and in what time key. So I love that it's coming up since that's all we've been talking about. So there is that. But the Aquarian in me, and Sagittarius rising in me, which insists that I have some sort of say in the matter, does not like the Emperor. Because this is a very masculine, very patriarchal energy as well, which no shade, but I kind of feel like this is that kind of energy that steps in and goes, I've got it from here, ma'am. You know what I mean? And I'm like, let me live and let me do it. No, I can carry that. I can do that. Like, stop, suffocating me with your patriarchy. I'm being half funny with that. But there is that energy in that for me just on a personal basis. So with the Emperor too, it's like, okay, everything's going to be handled, but what about me? And then but at the end of the day, I feel like in this context, this lines up beautifully with this energy of, really it's just about the more you're know where you'd rather be, you're going to end up somewhere that you're just completely obsessed with simply by embodying that energy of I'm really happy where I am. And it's another way of saying that the more I'm grateful for what I already have, the more I'll manifest to be grateful for. So I'm really obsessed with that. Also the gorilla medicine as well. And I don't mean to hate on the Emperor. It's just that the Emperor energy and Aries energy has a lot to do with, your co-fire sign here, has a lot to do with there's only one way to do things. And I insist on order in the court. And the Emperor does not believe in a gray area. It's very black and white. So I'm like, oh, really? Are we sure about that? I love gray. Gray's my favorite, right? So that's all I mean with that. But again, with the gorilla medicine in particular, gorilla medicine speaks of family relationships, family ties, right? And responsibility you have to your community and your family. So this is also a beautiful energy around you being a point of influence and strength for those who you love as well, which is really, I always like that. That's a really nice aspect of the Emperor as it's depicted in this deck with the gorilla. Okay, not surprised about this at all. This came through in my morning meditation. It's got exactly this image, so I'm obsessed with this. So 2 of Wands here. So you're showing up again as your fiery selves. The 2 of Wands is the blueprint. This is the planning. This is the waiting. This is the know where I'd rather be. Keeping that eye on the prize and believing in the potential of it without feeling the need to rush forward and get it going outside of the divine timing of it. It's like you're waiting for the signal. You're waiting for the smoke signal. I'm so obsessed with this. But this is, again, what is this? If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I'm obsessed with this. Right, 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands, what do you say? Yeah, Sagittarius. Oh, God. It's a Magician, very masculine energy in this reading, no? I'm here for it. So, Magician, hi, hello, 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 hello. This is you putting and breathing life into and using the tools at your disposal to manifest. But I'm going to tell you something, though. Remember when I said you guys being a magnet for manifestation? And then we have the Magician, which is the manifester, and the magnet. Yeah. I do feel like this is saying, again, which is really beautiful about this, this is not you going after it. This is, just like I said already, this is about you receiving the benefit of being in a conducive energy to that which you desire. But what you have your eye on, this energy that you're in, you're going to have a lot drawn towards you because of it. Obsessed. I keep seeing a moth to a flame. It feels really nice. Cool. Again, but I do feel the need to say, this does mean that discernment is called for, though, when your light is on like this. Okay? The Emperor. Get out of here. You know, I love it when a major clarifies a major. So we have the Lovers here to clarify the Emperor. So the Lovers is Gemini energy, right? Beautiful air energy. So Lovers, traditionally speaking, is about choices made from love, right? But it's also about having an inner and outer harmony, right? But this is also lining up with your soul purpose and what you're here to do. It's also loving what you see when you look in the mirror. It's also feeling at one with your soul purpose, finding peace within your shadow self, your collective shared, shadow subconscious, all of that stuff, right? Because we are all one in all of the goodness, right? But do you remember what I said about you really being there and a source of support for people you love? And then we have the Lovers. Yeah, this is really coming through here. If you are in a position where you are feeling good about where you are and there's no place you'd rather be, then it makes sense that you might be on call to share some of that with others and be there for others and also be their mirror. And what do I mean by be their mirror? What I mean when I say be their mirror is you are holding space for them to be where they are without seeking to change it, advise them, or pop them out of where they are. I think, toxic masculinity, Jesus, because I'm holding the Emperor, forgive me. Toxic positivity comes to mind. So are you ever in a place where, like, when you need to vent, it's either you're calling someone for advice or you're calling someone not because you want advice, but you just need to vent, right? So my sister, actually, I'm going to talk about her briefly. She's a beautiful example of this. She's a Scorpio. She's my big sister. And whenever we are on the phone and I need to vent, she always asks me, and I love her for this. She always asks me, I'm here to hold, well, she says, I'm here to hold space for you. Are you wanting to vent or are you wanting advice? And I'll let her know. She goes, okay, great. So I feel like in this context, this is holding place for people to vent. This is holding a place and holding space for people to vent and be the mirror where you're like, I'm just here to hold space for what you have to say. And that is such a beautiful gift. And that's Emperor energy too, because the other side of the Emperor and why he's depicted here all alone is that he understands that in order to be there for others, he also has to be his own energy reserves and take time on his own to have, what are these, bananas and apples? Bananas and apples. But he holds this stone, this circular weight, reminding him of the weight of his responsibilities, right? So there is something about, it's just as important in terms of loving where you are. Sometimes we can be tempted to cocoon ourselves or insulate ourselves so that nothing gets in the way of our good vibe, or someone who's very negative calls and you're like, oh, but I'm feeling really good where I am. This could be part of the Four of Cups as well. I'm feeling really good where I am. I don't want to answer that phone because I don't want to, right? So then the responsibility's on you. Number one, is this person really someone who always does this, or are they the best person to have in your energetic sphere? Should you say no? Is it in your highest? There's no shoulds. Should all over yourself, honey. Is it in your highest and best to just like maybe reconsider that relationship? Or is it within your loving responsibility to go, you know what, I'm going to share some of this vibe with you without losing any of it. I can hold space for you because I love you. That's what I'm here to do. I understand that being in the, you know, the magnetic energy that I am, because you are a magnet this month, that much is very clear. That it is also inherent within that I'm going to be called to be there for others and hold space for them. And some may be calling to, or reaching out to you for advice as well, and that's brilliant as well. But it really is up to you, and there is an inherent call to also be there for others as much as you've been and are going to be there for yourself. And that's really beautiful, okay? I also feel like there's an aspect here as well of really looking at yourself and becoming very clear on where you belong and with whom. Because I'm hearing the word clarity. Okay. Oh my God. I just looked at the top card and there's a horse on it. Okay. Let's go on and get an oracle. Get an oracle. All right. Oracle from Sagittarius. Okay. Oh my God, are you even here for this in the same way that I'm here for this? Comfort, hearth, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is this an 11? Were we not talking about 11-11 with the 4 of Wands and then the hearth with the home and know where you'd rather be? Are we serious? Are you sure? I'm completely here for it. So this says comfort, hearth, like I said. This is exactly like this is like what your opening meditation felt like. A baby chilling on a Labrador by a fire. Moths to a flame. Are you kidding me? Sagittarius, a fire. You're in the fire. I can't even with this because it's too good and it feels so in aligned with everything that we've talked about thus far in your opening meditation. So I'm here for it in this really distinct way. See, can you see just people lining up to want to partake in this energy that you are holding and being, right? And this is also saying like that so much good is going to come from you just loving where you are without wishing you were somewhere else or in a somewhat different context or whatever have you. 11, master number, manifestation. This is so, so beautiful. You know, I'm getting an interesting energy this with the Godfather, as portrayed by Marlon Brando. Yeah, I feel like that's another, I do feel like a lot of people are going to be coming to you. And I feel like some of them are going to be, I don't want to say tests, but opportunities, right? Where you're able to really be there for other people. But it's really more about too, there's going to be lessons and information with who and how people come to you, right? It's going to be like the universe is almost observing you in a way. Your guides are observing you. Your higher self is observing you. How are they going to respond to this? How are they going to hold space for this? Are they going to be able to balance this? How's this going to go? It's, you know, I'm seeing a curated box. So they have these curated subscription boxes where you can kind of go like, oh, this is my style. Send me this and this. I feel like, and then you kind of swipe through and say, this is my style preference. And then the stylist like puts things, I just saw this on TV the other day. And then they put certain things in your box and you can approve or, you know, disapprove them. And they put things in the box based on certain images that you said yes or no to, right? Do you like these slippers? Are you more of a boot or a, you know, sneaker person? Stuff like that. I feel like these people coming to you and these opportunities and offers, because some of these are going to be offers, right? Coming your way. Offers for partnership, friendship, romantic offers, all of the above. I feel like this is kind of your curated box of like, what are you going to say no to and what are you going to say yes to? And the things that you say yes to, how are you going to say yes? What's the follow through going to be on that? Do you really mean it? Do you mean what you say? Well, the things that you say no to, how are you going to say no? Because it's the way in which you say no that matters as well. This is beautiful, Sagittarius. I feel like you're being prepped for something slightly amazing. So I'm really excited for that. Really, really excited for that. I'm also getting a very particular message around RuPaul's Drag Race. I know. If you know me at all, you know that I'm obsessed with RuPaul and RuPaul's Drag Race and I can't get enough of it. But I'm getting a very special message around Drag Race. There's something about being appreciated for the actual you without feeling the need to fit within any confines of how other people want you to be or fitting into societal structures. It's leading with the unique you that you are that is going to call your true tribe and people to you who want nothing more of you than for you to be exactly who you are. Something about that. Sagittarius, this is your February general reading. This gave me life on several different levels. I'm sending you guys so much love. I love you guys a lot, Sagittarius. I always kind of live for your readings. You and Aquarius, those are like, just I live for them. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your continued support. And as always, and most of all, and especially now, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.